Welcome to Covenant of Justice. I'm attorney Isaiah Jerez, and every other week we sit down with remarkable individuals of Southern Nevada who make this such a wonderful place to live. Together, we explore a wide range of topics that matter to the people of Las Vegas and beyond, offering a glimpse behind the glamour of the Strip to showcase the real stories, experiences, and voices that shape our community. Here today with Jerez Willardsen. He's the brother of Joe Willardsen, who was a pillar in our community, who helped support cycling and mountain biking here in Las Vegas. He was a huge sponsor of the Allegiant team back in the years and of Burro racing as well. And in the past couple of years, he focused on a local bike event, the Chainsmoker, and making sure that it was a great experience for everybody. This year, his brother, Jerez, is taking the reins and making sure everything moves forward.
Yeah, that's the plan. As brothers, we were always racing each other in one way or another. He always wanted to have an event in Blue Diamond. It's such a rad place to do a biking event, especially here in Vegas. I think it's some of the best mountain bike trails you can find in this area. And so with him living there, it was just kind of a natural fit. Our buddy Victor Sheldon, who does Quick and Dirty series out of San Diego, we kind of just partnered with him to do this, one-off event here in Vegas each year. This is our fourth year now.
Oh, it's your fourth year.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So, and it's a great venue. Like, not only you're talking about like the trails, but like the start, finish, and where the tents are at. Like, there's like a park and there's like a little swimming pool there. That's
what's kind of the charm of the Chainsmoker, because it's like you're in the middle of Vegas, desert, and then there's just a little oasis town. Big green trees, green grass, park, into some really epic, fun trails. And you can't forget about the donkeys either. Donkeys everywhere.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about the race before we go there. So you and your brother racing all kinds of events, I guess, against each other.
Yeah, we grew up racing motocross, BMX as little kids. And so we've always raced. That's just kind of what we've done. We race trophy trucks. Now we're, I guess, a little older, trying to stay in shape. So we've really been riding bikes. And so I've always just kind of helped him out as a good brother on the event. But with him passing this last January, we wanted to keep the Chainsmoker alive for Joe. He was very passionate about that. Like you said, in the cycling community, he helped out a lot with the Nike kids, the Red Burros, and so forth.
Yeah, and that's amazing, because oftentimes when people pass, you kind of look at, okay, here's their stuff. How do we divide this stuff? And there's a big fight. Like, how do you divide this stuff? Versus, hey, here's what my brother did, and here's what I'm going to do in his memory, right, to continue that forward.
That's funny you say fight, because everyone's like, oh, how can I help out? This year's been even stronger than any of the past years, I think, just because people want to pay tribute to Joe, show him respect, and, build what his dream was with this race.
But kind of walk me through that. Like, how do you, as the brother, right, or or other family members, decide, okay, like, I'm going to take on this huge responsibility that he had? Because you're not even from Vegas, right?
No, I live up in Salt Lake, but I've come down, and I think it just kind of naturally fell in my lap. My background was in production. I was a producer for Nitro Circus for years, so we did a lot of motorsports events and action sports events. But the world of mountain biking racing, we race. But this is our first race that we've really done putting together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
mountain bikes.
Yeah, and it is a great venue. Mountain biking, what I always like is, okay, you got to have a good start that has kind of a lot of space for it to get thinned out, right? Mm-hmm. And they do a great job of then leading the car down kind of back towards the highway, and then come back up that hill, and it's a wide road, so it can definitely get sparsed out before you actually hit the dirt.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's fun for the town to kind of do a little parade lap as you get ready to get on the trail. So you do get kind of spread out, and so we're not bottlenecked going up Juke Hill right away.
Yeah, right away, right? Because that's the first thing that you get up on, right?
Yeah, so that spreads them out, and I don't know, it's such a fun little race for the community. And this year, with us partnering with the Southern Nevada Pedal Fest, so it's going to be a 2-day event now, where before it's always just been a 1-day event. So we got 2 days of racing and a ton of fun on Sunday with the Bike Fest.
Yeah, and so but the trail's going to remain the same, right? You're same kind of lead into the dirt when you get on the dirt, all the way up towards the top of Badger Pass.
Yeah, the course is the same as last year, very similar to last year. It'll exit out, because we're going to exit out by the lower park there in Blue Diamond, because with the Pedal Fest, we're kind of keeping it all in the one big park there.
Okay. So. Oh, that's pretty nice. Down there where they have the skate park.
Yep.
Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's ever started there.
No, we've always started up at the little private small park, but we're growing and expanding. So,
So how's that finish gonna look like? Because before, when you're coming off the dirt, you guys got a straight shot to the finish.
Yeah. So now we're gonna there's a little lot that they're gonna tuck down, and then they hang it right up onto Castilia. It's where before you came through off of Cottonwood. But now it's just going to be a dog leg. So there's a little technical dog leg right before you get there, but then it's going to be a sprint to the finish line.
Yeah. And that's what excited me last year is there was a G out towards the end of the dirt.
Yeah.
And
You're talking.
and there was a guy, I'm racing H division and I'm in second place. And there's a guy just right on my tail that caught me on the downhill. And I come out of that G out and I take the wrong line. I had to get off my bike. And he just came flying past me.
Well, I think we're avoiding the G out this year. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Because it's right before you get on the road, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's going to dog leg right before that to go down towards the park.
So is it right there at that G out where you're turning off and you're coming down?
No, it's probably about 500 feet before that. There's just a little S turn that you're going to do that'll put you onto the lower lot. I don't know if you remember the parking lot down lower by that park last year.
Yeah.
But it comes right along there now.
Yeah, the park that has the bathrooms over there.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but like last year was perfect, right? Because even though I had to get off my bike, get on, there was still enough time for me to then get back on the bike, get on the pedals, and then I caught him on the road.
And you said you were one of the top 5 guys last year?
Well, in the 22, in the 22, yeah.
That's good.
I can't remember so I finished second in my age division, and then I don't remember how many.
We get a lot of fast guys out there. It's a fun race because we have the newbie classes, where guys can kind of get into it slowly, but then the top guys and the 44 and some of the 22 guys, they're no joke.
Yeah, the 44 was tough. Hopefully this year, I'm training. So tomorrow there's other races that are going on in bootleg, and they're doing like 30 plus miles. So hopefully I'm going to use those as kind of like a springboard to get in shape and ride. So and living in Utah, there are great trails.
Yeah, we got a lot of good trails up there. Eventually, I think we have plans to bring a Chainsmoker up into Utah. There's so much stuff up there as well. I think the southern Utah crowd could certainly do something well down there. Yeah,
and it's wonderful. Like Vegas has been missing it for a long time. Like something consistent that focuses on racing, right? Like we have some kind of grand fondos, but something that's just like, our focus is racing, right? Who's going to go out and who's going to beat up everybody else and be able to get to the finish line first. And so to have that right here in town has just been such a huge draw. Yeah, we've been excited having it here. Vegas is always a good destination. And it's awesome because we get a lot of people from Utah that will come down, California. So it's kind of a center hub for all the cyclists between San Diego and Salt Lake to meet here in Vegas and duke it out. Yeah. Pedal it out, I guess I should say. Yeah, I remember the first year they did it in May, and it was just so hot. It was unbearable. Yeah, being the first weekend in November now, it makes it a lot cooler, nicer, and so it's fun. And that town's fun. Like last year was the first year we did it on the 1st of November, so it was right before Halloween, and there are a lot of racers in town. So even that night, the 31st of Halloween, it turned into a bike thing. And I'm sure this year will kind of be the same because we'll already have vendors and stuff getting set up, but. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Combining it with the Pedal Fest event, the Southern Nevada event. Yeah. I think it needs it. It's got potential to be such a cool, like you said, something for Vegas to have for the mountain bike community and cycling in general. Yeah. Utah's. I just envision, right? One thing that draws me to Utah is the outdoors, right? The skiing, the biking, the hikes, right? The national parks, and there is a huge community in Utah that bikes, and you look at like NICA in Utah is just humongous versus NICA down here in Southern Nevada. We're just like trying to survive, trying to keep it going. Yeah, and I guess being up in Utah, I see that. It's like I go bike in my backyard on a Tuesday afternoon up Corner Canyon, and there's 3 high school teams with 150 kids each. And it's crazy to see how big it's gotten there, but I don't see why, I think it's just hasn't caught on here yet because you guys have, Red Rock Canyon. It's got great trails. Yeah, and I wonder whether or not it's just, people come here not for the outdoors life, where I think in Utah, that's part of living in Utah, right, is outdoors life, whereas here, there's other things that attract people, right, whether or not it's a job, whether or not it's the cheap living, right, compared to come from California. There's a lot more here to do, a lot more distractions. Yeah, and then you come here like, holy cow, like you can actually do a lot in Vegas, right, like you're talking about like the hiking out in Red Rock or down at late night and go mountain biking out there. That's just the thing. It's like with biking, it's like finding the time to do it is such a release, such a good thing to do. Like I think being here in Vegas for what you got is, I hope it grows. Yeah. So mountain bike. Do you still ride motocross? I've tried to ride moto every Saturday with my daughter who came down. We came down this weekend from Salt Lake to
hang out with you guys, but Supercross is also coming here this weekend, so
Okay.
she begged to come down if she knew Supercross race was here.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Be able to see some stuff. Yeah. And so what brought you into mountain biking?
So we rode bike. It's funny because my background with Nitro Circus and stuff was so moto heavy, but before I started riding moto, I was way into mountain bikes. Like we were riding all through the 90s. We were at school at BYU, and early 90s, and just mountain biked every day. And so eventually we started leaning more towards dirt bikes, but we've always had a passion for mountain biking. And so with Joe living here at Blue Diamond, riding those trails, it was always like, man, it would be rad to have a race out here. It's such a cool area. That the terrain out there is a cool race because you get like these cross country guys that are really fast just climbing, or your gravity guys that are good on downhill. But that loop that we're running the race on, it's like good balance. It's a good, the climb's not too hard, and it's a long downhill. So I've got a couple gravity buddies that think they can do something. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what happened to me last year, right? I beat the guy, I don't know by how much, up the top of the hill, and then towards the bottom, right? He's just on my tail because I can't.
I think it's a unique race for that because you got the slower guys that can steal, the slower climbers, let's say. They might, if they're fast on the downhill, they have a little bit of advantage.
Yeah.
So it's a unique race for that reason.
Yeah, and I remember getting to the top with this kid, and he took off, right? And all stuff just going through my mind, like I got to go to work on Monday or whatever, right? And he's like just flying, and he took off. I never saw him again. But yeah, in mountain biking in the 90s, like that wasn't mountain biking. Like I remember my bike it was like a graphite bike and
hardtails, a quarter inch of sponge,
and the tires too, and even the tires, right? Like it's come so far.
Oh, they're so sketchy to ride. I've got an old one. I'll still ride once in a while just for the fun of it. And I don't know how we did it.
Yeah, I know it was. Because I remember because I grew up and it was Mill Creek, right? I had to go mountain bike up in Mill Creek and Big Common Canyon, and now I go right up there. Yeah, I'm happy to have the full suspension. I don't know how I ever did it all.
I know. I think that's why I probably got so much arthritis in my wrist trying to hang on the bars, all the rigid bars.
Yeah, it's an interesting feeling when you go through a mountain bike race and your arms are tired.
Yep. So getting numb.
Yeah. So what do you do now? So how much are you riding now, right? To stay
I
fit?
ride summertime and distractions. Kids and Lake Powell's been kind of hard, but I try to ride at least 2-3 days a week. That's at least my minimum. If on a good week I get 4 days in. But how about you?
Yeah, probably. I try 6 days. So I'm actually looking at an event. It's called. It's out in Kansas in May. Unbound. Okay. Yeah, so I qualified at Unbound.
Awesome.
I was racing over in Beaver this past July. They have that gravel race out there, the Tusher and the Crusher, and so I qualified there for Unbound. So I'm trying to train for that, and that's a 9-hour race. That's
gnarly. What's your favorite race that you do?
The favorite race that I do or that I've done before?
On a bike. Yeah, just the one race.
Yeah. The one race, I don't know, it's hard, right? I mean, I like riding my bike. I mean, for me, it's just, if I got a good group of guys that will go out and just punish themselves and just ride, like, that's what I love.
Isn't it such good, like, head therapy? Like, just getting out with your buddies and riding.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, you kind of talk about that. How many kids do you have?
3.
3 kids, yeah. So my wife, when I first started riding, I just graduated law school, right? So I worked full time, went to law school. I'd leave at 7 o'clock in the morning and come home at 10 o'clock at night. So she never saw me throughout law school for 3 years. And so then it's like, then I graduate and I find a bike. I'm like, I'm going to ride the bike. And then all of a sudden I just disappear again. But then she realized that. She realized, oh yeah, like he's a different person when he goes and rides.
Oh yeah, my wife tells me, you can go for a ride, you're too grumpy.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's the exact line, yeah.
And maybe I'm doing that on purpose. I don't know. But I get to ride my bike a lot more.
Yeah, but it works, right? And so, I don't know what my favorite is. It's just being out there.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely, once you get in the mode, especially when you're riding 4 or 5 days a week, you get in that pace. I swear it's like you just get more energy in life.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and the people you meet, right? I mean, that's how I met Joe, right? Is through bikes.
Oh, all my best friends are through bikes. I think all of my good buddies, it's all ties to bikes.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, you got people that enjoy clean living, and a lot of super kind of A types, a lot of successful people that are out there that they're doing this and they're pushing their bodies to the limit, but then they do the same thing in their business, right? They're always kind of pushing that that envelope.
It kind of just translates. If you're used to pushing and grinding on your bike, you're used to grinding in life. I think it's just it sets that the standard, I guess. If you set that standard to push hard on the bike, it translates to wherever else in life. It's awesome.
Yeah, so just want to wrap up with talking about the race. So I think that's awesome idea to combine it with what Southern Nevada Biking Authority is doing. And where do you see, I mean, that's definitely taken the race to another level, right? Bringing more of the community involved. Where do you set the standard, right, for this race? Other than taking it to Utah, right, for here in Las Vegas?
For here, I see it becoming more of like a flagship weekend event where we're drawing a crowd from Utah or California to come up and have like a bike weekend. First weekend in November in Vegas is great weather. There's great trails. I think it's something that we can bring people into the area to explore. We're racing on the old Spanish Trail. How often you can do that,
Yeah.
But then with the Bike Fest bringing in, the entertainment, you can bring your old bikes and sell. They're doing like a bike swap. They've got a bunch of other bike challenges that are going on, and I see it turning into something more. I'd like to eventually turn it into like a show, where we've got like professional riders coming in and flipping through the air and doing some entertainment. That's where all my passion is as well as the racing, but kind of turning it into like a weekend attraction more than just what it was, a one-day event. Now we're going to the 2 days, so we're getting there.
Yeah, that'll be a good draw, right? For bringing some more of the kids out, and the kids can see that all those things that you guys do on the bike. So
if it can inspire some kids to throw a leg over a bike, that's awesome.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks, Jared.